An AI model that can find and exploit security vulnerabilities faster than your team can patch them. A $5 billion investment with a $100 billion string attached. And a robot that just outran every human in a half marathon. This is April 20th, 2026. Today we're covering 3 stories that each, on their own, would dominate the news cycle. Anthropic's new Mythos model is alarming cybersecurity researchers. Amazon just made one of the most unusual investment deals in tech history with Anthropic. And a humanoid robot set a record no human can match. Let's get into it. Anthropic's new Mythos model is doing something that has the security community genuinely rattled. The concern isn't that Mythos is a hacking tool. It's that it's capable enough to dramatically accelerate the process of finding and exploiting vulnerabilities in real systems. We're talking about an AI that can scan codebases, identify weaknesses, and generate working exploits at a speed that human defenders simply cannot match. The core problem here is timing. Cybersecurity has always operated on a patch cycle. Find a vulnerability, develop a fix, deploy it before attackers can exploit it. Mythos threatens to collapse that window entirely. If an AI can move from discovery to working exploit in hours rather than days, defenders are structurally behind before they even know there's a problem. Anthropic hasn't released Mythos publicly, and the company is aware of the dual-use risk. But the fact that a model with these capabilities exists and was built by one of the most safety-focused labs in the industry tells you how hard this problem actually is to contain. This is the clearest example yet of AI capability outpacing the governance frameworks meant to manage it. Amazon has invested another $5 billion into Anthropic. That headline alone is significant. But the structure of this deal is what makes it genuinely unusual. In return for that investment, Anthropic has committed to spending $100 billion on AWS cloud infrastructure. Read that again. Anthropic is pledging to spend 20 times the investment it just received back into Amazon's cloud. This is a circular capital arrangement, and it's becoming a defining pattern in the AI industry. The investor gets a return not just from equity appreciation, but from guaranteed platform spend. For Anthropic, the deal means sustained compute access and financial runway at a scale that few AI companies can match. For Amazon, it means Claude is effectively an AWS-native AI, and that $100 billion in committed cloud revenue is a massive hedge against losing the AI infrastructure race to Microsoft and Google. What this really signals is that the frontier AI race has become inseparable from the cloud infrastructure race. You can't build at the frontier without massive compute, and the companies that control that compute are making sure the most powerful AI labs are locked into their platforms. The lines between investor, customer, and strategic partner have completely blurred. A humanoid robot just completed a half marathon 13.1 miles, and didn't just finish. It beat every human in the race and set a new record. Let that sink in. This isn't a robot on a flat track in a controlled lab. This is a real race, real terrain, real conditions, and a machine came out on top. The achievement matters on 2 levels. First, it's a genuine engineering milestone. Maintaining bipedal locomotion, balance, and energy efficiency over 13 miles is extraordinarily difficult. The fact that a robot can now do it faster than trained human runners reflects serious advances in both hardware and the AI systems controlling movement. Second, and maybe more importantly, this is a signal about China's pace in physical AI development. The robot was developed in China, and this result reinforces a pattern we've been tracking. Chinese robotics teams are closing the gap with, and in some cases surpassing, Western competitors at a striking speed. The race for AI dominance isn't just happening in data centers and language models. It's happening on pavement. Step back and look at what these 3 stories are actually telling us. Anthropic builds a model capable of breaking cybersecurity faster than it can be defended. Amazon locks Anthropic into a $100 billion infrastructure commitment. A Chinese humanoid robot outruns every human in a half marathon. On the surface, these are 3 separate beats: safety, finance, robotics. But they share a single underlying dynamic. AI capability is consistently outrunning the systems designed to manage, fund, and compete with it. The Mythos story is the clearest version of this. Governance and defense frameworks were built for a world where humans are the fastest actors in a threat landscape. That assumption is now broken. The Amazon Anthropic deal reflects the same dynamic in capital markets. The numbers involved are so large, and the circular structure so unusual, that traditional investment logic barely applies. And the robot story shows it in physical space. We assumed human athletic performance was a safe benchmark for machine capability. It isn't anymore. What connects all three is speed. AI is moving faster than security teams, faster than financial models, and now literally faster than human legs. The question for every institution, governments, enterprises, research labs, is whether they're building systems that can keep up, or whether they're still operating on assumptions that were true 2 years ago but aren't today. That's today's cut. 3 stories, 1 clear through line. The pace of AI development is outrunning the frameworks we built to manage it. Which of these stories concerns you most? Drop it in the comments. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that button. We're here every day breaking down the AI stories that actually matter. See you tomorrow.